The man who wrote the blueprint for acquiring and keeping power revealed the most inconvenient truth about human connection. He understood that men are fundamentally self-interested, fickle, and driven by immediate necessity. From the shadows of Renaissance politics, Niccolò Machiavelli left us a warning that cuts through every romantic comedy, every societal expectation, and every institution built on sentimentality. He did not say love was weak. He said love was exploitable. He said, "Never rely on love, for men are quicker to offend him who is loved than him who is feared." But the deeper, more dangerous secret is this: love, as society sells it, is not merely a transient emotion. It is the most profitable, highly managed illusion designed to ensure compliance, stability, and control across entire civilizations. And stay with me as we strip away the white lace and the romantic veneer to expose the brutally efficient political calculus behind the emotion you believe is pure. We are about to look through the unflinching, cynical, and highly effective lens of Machiavellian statecraft. Right now, in every city, in every suburb, in every country across the world, people are dedicating their lives, their fortunes, and their futures to the pursuit and maintenance of this illusion. They are signing contracts, binding themselves financially and psychologically, believing they are securing happiness. They are not securing happiness. They are securing the system. They are becoming stable, predictable economic units, exchanging the volatile freedom of their true ambition for the soft, comfortable cage of collective approval. Machiavelli saw this exchange clearly 5 centuries ago. He observed that rulers must choose between being loved and being feared, and he wisely concluded that fear is the stronger bond. Society, being the ultimate ruler, has chosen a more insidious path. It manufactures the illusion of love so that the citizens voluntarily choose domestication, removing the need for overt fear. This self-subjugation, fueled by sentimentality, is society's most ingenious masterpiece of control. The system does not want free, passionate, and dangerously creative individuals. Those individuals are chaotic, hard to tax, and prone to revolt. The system demands citizens who are invested, tied down, and preoccupied. It needs people who prioritize mortgage payments over revolution, childcare over empire building, and stability over dangerous self-creation. Love provides the perfect camouflage for this function. It takes the most potent, self-directed energy a person possesses, their drive for power, achievement, and meaning, and channels it into maintenance and shared responsibility. The state profits because the individual voluntarily shifts their allegiance from their own ascent to the preservation of their delicate, interconnected domestic structure. That security becomes the new prison wall. The illusion of love works the same way whether you are in a crowded financial hub, a quiet, rural town, or a bustling industrial center. The mechanism of control transcends geography and economics, finding its purchase directly in the human heart. I want to know where this message is finding you, where you are standing as you confront this brutal truth. Recognize that the same forces of profitable illusion are at work, whether you are gazing at skyscrapers or cornfields. Machiavelli would argue that true power resides in necessity and utility. When you are single and free, your necessity is focused on your own survival and expansion. Your energy is a laser beam. When you internalize the illusion of love, that energy becomes diffused, dedicated to shared utility. The state doesn't need to coerce you into compliance. It simply needs to give you something expensive and fragile to protect. A family, a house, a reputation for being a good, stable citizen. These are not rewards. They are strategic liabilities you accept willingly. And once accepted, you become politically inert. Who risks prison, financial ruin, or social ostracization when they know their risk will directly and immediately devastate innocent dependents? The individual who has been successfully integrated into the illusion of the love has given society hostages. Consider the economic profitability of this illusion. Love drives consumption. It demands larger homes, more expensive ceremonies, the establishment of generational wealth, debt, and the maintenance of appearances. It funnels individual capital into institutionalized expenditure. When two people join their lives under the banner of love, their pooled income is immediately rerouted from high-risk, high-reward entrepreneurial ventures into low-risk, dependable servitude to the banking and housing systems. They become reliable, long-term taxpayers and debtors. This stability is the measurable profit margin for the state. Volatile risk-takers are hard to govern. Married, mortgaged consumers are the cornerstone of the economic system. We must understand the difference between fear and love in the Machiavellian sense. Fear is an external force. It requires the prince to exert constant pressure. Love, however, when skillfully managed as an illusion, is internalized fear of loss. You fear losing the domestic structure, the emotional support, the acceptance that the illusion promises. This internal fear is self-policing. It forces you to censor your dangerous thoughts, to soften your radical edges, and to prioritize harmony over truth. The successful illusion of love is one where the individual becomes their own jailer, guarding the comfort of their cage more fiercely than the guard outside ever could. Think of the man who, in his youth, was driven by a powerful ambition to disrupt his field, to challenge established norms, or to chase volatile, world-changing ideas. Where is that energy 10 years later, after he has adopted the societal script of love and domesticity? His risk tolerance plummets. His weekends are no longer spent in intense study or high-stakes negotiation. They are spent in routine maintenance. His will to power, that dangerous urge to dominate and create, is neatly repurposed into the highly manageable task of being a good partner or a good parent. He has traded the chance of being a historical figure for the guaranteed mediocrity of being a dependable citizen. The system celebrates this, dressing it up as maturity, responsibility, and the highest form of human achievement. But the Machiavellian eye sees only a profound loss of potential, a massive redirection of dangerous energy into productive compliance. This is the psychological cost, the surrender of internal sovereignty. The illusion convinces the individual that their completion, their meaning, exists outside of themselves, residing in the approval and affection of others. This dependency is catastrophic for the development of a truly powerful, self-governing individual. Machiavelli, writing about the prince, stressed the necessity of being master of one's own fate. The man who relies on the affection of others has outsourced his internal security, making him instantly vulnerable to manipulation by any system that controls the distribution of that affection. The state, through culture, media, and social pressure, acts as the ultimate broker of social affection, ensuring adherence to the script. The illusion is further amplified by the concept of mutual obligation. Love demands sacrifice, and the system ensures that those sacrifices are always in favor of stability. The sacrifice of your dream job for the sake of the family location, the sacrifice of independent thought for the sake of domestic peace, the sacrifice of capital for the sake of shared assets. These are not acts of pure devotion. They are the transactions that cement the profitable illusion. Every time the individual makes a choice based on maintaining the emotional structure rather than maximizing their own power, the system wins. It gains a reliable, predictable asset who is too encumbered to ever truly challenge the status quo. The true genius of this illusion is its deep concealment. Unlike overt tyranny, which immediately breeds resistance, the tyranny of love masquerades as the ultimate freedom and reward. People fight to enter the cage. They defend their chains with vehemence, and because the chains are forged in sentimentality and coded in societal approval, they are invisible to the wearer. The man wearing them thinks he is winning at life. In reality, he is simply maximizing his utility to the infrastructure. We have exposed the mechanics of this profitable illusion. We have seen how the state, acting through the universal need for connection, strategically converts individual power into collective stability. The recognition of illusion is the first step toward genuine power. State your commitment to true sight now. Write the phrase, "I see the chains," in the comments below. You recognize the game. You are now prepared to join the few who understand how the world truly operates. Secure your position among the enlightened. Subscribe now, empowering yourself with this knowledge. You have grasped why love functions as a profitable lie. But the institutions built upon this lie, the structures that maintain this control, are far more monstrous than you currently imagine. Prepare yourself for the deeper structural analysis. The next chapter will reveal the true, historical, and structural cost of this societal bargain. This is the second chapter in understanding how the foundational human drive for connection has been weaponized by systems of power. If you still cling to the romanticized notion that love exists purely outside the brutal calculus of politics, history, and profit, and then you are precisely the subject this analysis was designed to observe. The philosopher who ripped away the veil of moral virtue from political power, Niccolò Machiavelli, never wrote an essay titled, "Why Love is Society's Most Profitable Illusion." He didn't have to. He understood that any force powerful enough to mobilize an army or depose a prince, whether religious fervor, patriotic duty, or personal devotion, was a resource to be managed, manipulated, and channeled for the stability of the state. Love, in the Machiavellian worldview, is merely the most elegant chain. It is the cheapest form of political insurance. In the previous discourse, we established the Nietzschean premise. The romantic partnership is the herd's favorite trap, designed to neutralize the dangerous will to power of the individual. Now, we must examine the political engine driving that trap. We are moving from the psychological subjugation of the individual to the political utility of that subjugation for the ruling class. We are stepping into the mind of the prince. Before we dissect the architecture of this grand illusion, take a moment. Pause your frantic existence and truly consider the structure of the system you inhabit. Which city are you observing this truth from? Because from every metropolitan center to every quiet suburb, the mechanisms of control remain startlingly consistent. Machiavelli posited that rulers must maintain power through two primary forces, love and fear. Yet, he immediately added the cynical caveat: it is much safer to be feared than loved, if one of the two must be wanting. Fear is reliable, love is fleeting, dependent on the whim of fortune and the gratitude of men. However, societal love, the culturally enforced imperative towards stable, partnered domesticity, is far more reliable than the personal affection Machiavelli dismissed. This societal love is a manufactured utility. It guarantees not affection for the ruler, but predictability in the ruled. The state does not need citizens who genuinely love the political establishment. It needs citizens whose highest priority is the stability of their personal domain. Think about the man who seeks virtu, the Machiavellian concept of ruthless effectiveness, the ability to act decisively, courageously, and sometimes cruelly to achieve glorious ends. This man's energy is fundamentally disruptive. He might challenge the status quo, launch revolutionary businesses, or demand political change. He operates on the high-stakes stage of fortune. But what happens when this man is successfully integrated into the illusion of love? His virtu is redirected. It is domesticated. Instead of conquering cities, he must conquer the mortgage. Instead of fighting for political liberty, he must fight for the promotion necessary to fund a second child's education. His dangerous, disruptive energy is funneled into the narrow, state-approved channel of production and consumption. The profit for society is twofold. A dangerous element is neutralized, and that element is simultaneously transformed into a reliable economic unit. The illusion is profitable because it shifts the focus of risk. A truly free man, operating with full virtu, takes political risks. He risks execution, public scorn, or exile for the sake of his ambition. A married man with a family risks something far more intimate and immediate: the loss of comfort, stability, and the social approval of his unit. He trades the grand risk of political failure for the small, grinding fear of personal insolvency. The state understands this calculation perfectly. When a man's identity, self-worth, and daily routine are tied irrevocably to the mortgage, the school district, and the suburban ideal, his threshold for political rebellion approaches zero. He becomes, by necessity, a conservative force, dedicated to maintaining the precise stability that guarantees the safety of his cage. Machiavelli knew that men rarely change systems that feed them, even if those systems are inherently corrupt. The illusion of love is the feed trough. Furthermore, the illusion is used expertly to manage public appearance. Machiavelli taught the prince that it is far better to appear merciful, religious, and humane than to actually be so. The institution of marriage and the emphasis on familial love serve as society's grand theater of morality. It provides the appearance of a functioning, virtuous populace. The state promotes images of happy families, stable unions, and shared responsibilities, not because these accurately reflect the chaotic reality of human relationships, but because this image pacifies the masses. It suggests that the system, the laws, the morality, the economy, is fundamentally good, since it supports such tender institutions. Imagine the prince looking down upon his citizens. Which man is easier to govern? The lone wolf, obsessed with his personal philosophy and independent ambition, who might lead a revolt? Or the husband, burdened by dependence, whose most urgent political act is voting for the candidate who promises lower property taxes? The collective weight of those domestic dependencies creates an immense, profitable inertia. It is a mass of citizens whose self-interest aligns perfectly with the state's interest in avoiding disruption. Consider the role of debt. The economic necessity woven into the romantic illusion is perhaps its most brilliant feature. The dream, the white dress, the house with the yard, the stable future, is fundamentally financed through obligation. Mortgages, car payments, educational loans. These are not merely economic products, they are political restraints. They bind the potentially revolutionary man to the system for decades. The man who is single and rents can, theoretically, sell his assets and disappear, or dedicate his entire earnings to a disruptive, non-conforming project. The man shackled by the romantic illusion is financially predictable, his labor pre-allocated years in advance. Love, or rather, the lifestyle marketed as love, is the mechanism that ensures the perpetual flow of capital and the stability of the banking system. It is the most effective form of long-term economic conscription. Machiavelli's advice to the ruler was always to use the reality of power while maintaining the appearance of virtue. The illusion of romantic destiny is the virtue. The redirection of Virtu and the imposition of economic servitude are the power. The ruling elite, the princes and their successors, are not necessarily malicious in the sense of plotting individual downfalls. They simply recognize a superior engineering of human behavior. They recognize that if you can make a man voluntarily choose predictable servitude under the banner of happiness, you have secured his loyalty far more effectively than any legion of guards could. The profit is stability, control, and the elimination of unpredictable variables. But the profit is not just financial, it is existential. In a society that pushes its citizens toward constant, exhausting labor, the promise of love offers a small, private refuge. This refuge is sold as the ultimate reward for conformity. Be a good citizen, work hard, consume correctly, and you will earn your slice of domestic paradise. This promise distracts the citizen from questioning the political structures that demand such exhausting labor in the first place. The struggle to maintain the illusion of happiness becomes the main project of life, and replacing the true Machiavellian project, the acquisition and application of power. This means that the illusion of love is not just profitable for the state, it is devastating to the soul of the ambitious man. It teaches him to value comfort over conquest, security over self-creation. Machiavelli wrote extensively about the inherent selfishness of man. In this context, the illusion leverages that very selfishness. It promises a controlled environment in which a man can secure his immediate, small-scale comfort, provided he sacrifices his grand, world-shaping ambition. He is trading the terrifying freedom of the open political ocean for the predictable safety of a heavily regulated fish tank. The genius of the illusion is that it is self-policing. The partners within the union become the enforcers of the state's expectation. They are the domestic intelligence agents, gently but firmly redirecting their spouse back toward the script when ambition flares too brightly. That idea is too risky. We have bills now. Think of the children. These phrases, steeped in the language of affection and responsibility, are the subtle political mechanisms that crush nascent virtu. Love becomes the polite term for mutual containment. We are forced to confront the chilling reality. For the vast majority, the illusion of love functions as a meticulously designed mechanism of political and economic submission, sweetened just enough to be eagerly consumed. It transforms revolutionary potential into domestic reliability. It guarantees the ruler his stability and the ruled their small, predictable suffering. To navigate this system, one must adopt the cold, their pragmatic lens of Machiavelli himself, seeing not what things ought to be, but what they are. But there are men who reject this trade, men who see the illusion not as a home, but as a trap. Men who understand that true power demands a freedom incompatible with these societal constraints. What path do these individuals take? And what is the cost of such brutal honesty? That demands a deeper look into the nature of true freedom and the sacrifices it demands. We must delve into the very essence of human identity, beyond the roles assigned by the state. Understanding this profound deception is the first step toward genuine sovereignty. The path forward requires a Machiavellian level of clarity about your own motives and the motives of the systems arrayed against you. You must decide whether your highest aspiration is to be loved by your immediate circle or feared and respected by the world. Now, if this raw analysis has cut through the propaganda you were raised on, you understand the critical stakes. You recognize that the only way to escape the illusion is to articulate the refusal. Right now, declare your allegiance in the comments. State this truth clearly, and join the few who see the architecture of control. Write this powerful affirmation in the comments. My vision over their approval. Do not merely consume this truth. Become a vector for it. Smash the like button to amplify this essential message and signal to the algorithm that this knowledge is vital. Subscribe to this channel now. Join the ranks of those who prioritize unflinching clarity over comfortable lies. And we are building a community defined by Virtu, not by conformity. The journey continues. We have seen the trap laid by society and measured the profit gained by the prince. But the deepest deception lies in what happens when the illusion breaks down completely. The third part of this series will reveal the ultimate cost of choosing either freedom or servitude, and what happens when the profitable illusion finally collapses under the weight of its own internal contradictions. Prepare yourself. The final reckoning is upon us. We have established that love is not a feeling, but a transaction. We proved it is profitable for the state. But the biggest betrayal, the Machiavellian stroke of genius that ensures society's total victory, is this. The illusion of love is the ultimate life sentence, a debt you spend 40 years paying off, and not with money, but with the raw, untamed potential of your soul. Everywhere you look, the same chains are being forged and defended. The architecture of the illusion is universal. Tell me right now, in the comments, which city are you watching this from? I want to see the geography of the herd, the universal landscape of this beautiful, deadly lie. Because whether you are watching from New York, London, or Tokyo, the script is identical, and the consequence is the same. The death of the dangerous individual. The climax of this grand deception is not found in the law books or the tax codes, but in the moment the individual stops resisting and begins to enforce the illusion upon himself. This is the true Machiavellian insight into human nature. Men are so easily deceived that they will become their own jailers. They will defend their servitude as if it were freedom. Think back to the great men of history, the architects of change, the ruthless innovators. Machiavelli's prince was defined by Virtu, a potent blend of skill, courage, and focused ruthlessness, prioritizing the great project above all personal comforts. What does the illusion of love demand? It demands the castration of Virtu. It asks you to trade the pursuit of historical greatness for the safety of domestic mediocrity. The illusion sells you stability, but delivers stagnation. It promises companionship, but enforces conformity. This trade is devastating because it operates on the most finite resource you possess, your single-minded focus. The energy required to build an empire, to shatter old ways of thinking, to redefine a field, that energy is indivisible. The moment it is redirected, even partially, toward maintaining the appearance of conventional happiness, The great project dies a silent death. We see this played out every day in the slow erasure of promising men. They were capable of moving mountains, but now they measure success by the height of their fences and the reliability of their commute. They fear the loneliness of the summit more than the numbness of the valley. Machiavelli understood that governing men is easy because they are short-sighted. The pain of today's sacrifice, the long hours alone, the social judgment, the deferred gratification, is sharper than the pain of tomorrow's regret, the 40-year career that yielded nothing meaningful. Love, as society frames it, is the antidote to the necessary pain of creation. It offers immediate, socially approved comfort, dulling the sharp edge of ambition that is required for actual change. But the profit margin for society extends beyond mere compliance. It is about intellectual and moral domestication. A man obsessed with his authentic mission is unpredictable. He challenges the established order not through revolution, but by merely existing outside the system. He creates competing systems. A married man, a domestic man, is not creating competing systems. He is participating in the existing one. He is reliant on its stability for his mortgage, his insurance, and his children's schooling. He is integrated into the grid. His potential for rebellion is zero because the cost of failure is too high. It is no longer just his failure, but the collapse of the entire domestic structure he has been tricked into believing is his defining achievement. This is the ultimate genius of the illusion. It makes the dangerous man choose stability, thus rendering him harmless and infinitely useful. He is not forced. He volunteers to be productive and predictable. Consider the political capital gained by managing the masses through this beautiful lie. If men believed that true fulfillment lay in solitary creation and fearless self-determination, the state would have no obedient workforce. It would have a critical mass of unpredictable geniuses. By channeling the fundamental biological drive, the will to life, as the philosophers understood, into a socially sanctioned, debt-driven contract, marriage, society kills two birds with one stone. It guarantees reproduction and ensures the lifelong subservience of the provider. The illusion must be maintained at all costs because the moment the individual recognizes the self-imposed slavery, the entire power structure is threatened. This is why the illusion has so many defenses: romantic poetry, blockbuster films, social ostracization of the man who refuses the script. Every cultural signal is designed to reassure the populace that the gilded cage is, in fact, the highest form of freedom. But what happens when you finally see the threads of the lie? When you look at your life not through the lens of social approval, but through the uncompromising eye of Machiavelli's reality, you recognize that all human relationships, when viewed purely politically, are leverage. And the illusion of love provides the ultimate leverage point against your Virtu. The man who operates outside this illusion, the true Machiavellian prince of his own life, is indifferent to social approval. He understands that praise is cheap and comfort is temporary. His focus is on the enduring monument of his creation. He knows that to be loved by the many is a sign of compromise, not power. Machiavelli taught that it is safer to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. In the context of the individual's mission, this translates: it is better to be respected for your singular power than loved for your domestic usefulness. The final layer of the illusion is the transmission of the lie to the next generation. The enslaved parent, now thoroughly domesticated, raises children who are taught that the cage is the home. They are indoctrinated to view the fulfillment of society's roles, taxpayer, consumer, sire-obedient spouse, as the definition of a good life. The profitable illusion becomes self-replicating, ensuring that the system never runs out of predictable, controllable individuals. The profits compound across generations. The only escape is a radical act of lucidity. It demands the strength to look at the comfortable, socially approved life you have built or are building and ask, is this mine? Or is this the role society wrote for the convenience of my handlers? To break the illusion, you must embrace the truth of your own freedom, the terrifying realization that you are solely responsible for creating your own meaning, and that no contract, no ring, and no shared history can absolve you of that burden. This freedom is lonely, often painful, and universally judged. But it is the only path that leads to authentic power. You stand at the ultimate junction. The smooth, well-lit path leads back into the consensus, back to the comfortable servitude everyone approves of. The rough, unmarked path leads toward the terrifying magnificence of your singular potential. That path is not paved with love, but with ruthless self-honesty and relentless execution of your vision. The choice is not between being happy or unhappy. The choice is between living the life that is expected of you and forging the life that is demanded by your highest self. The individual who chooses the latter knows that society will call him selfish, cold, and a failure in all things domestic. That is merely the sound of the herd attempting to lure the powerful stallion back into the stable. The truth burns. I know you see it now. Improve your refusal to be governed by the crowd's delusions. In the comments below, declare your allegiance to reality. Write this exact sentence, affirming the painful clarity you have gained. I reject the comfortable lie. You need to secure your place among those who see. Smash that like button right now. Mark this video as the precise moment you broke the contract and woke up. Subscribe to this channel. You are demanding more than the shallow narratives offered by the masses. You claim your seat at the table where real power is discussed, where the mechanics of control are dissected, and where the self-aware few gather. The illusion of love is defeated, but the war for your freedom continues. There are other powerful traps set by society, invisible systems designed to control your labor, your money, and your mind. Do not stand still now that you have glimpsed the true nature of the game. Watch the next revelation immediately. It details the invisible economic chains they use to guarantee your perpetual service. Your survival depends on knowing how deep the control goes.